How many of you are scared of scorpions? Well, it makes sense because they're very poisonous. Most of us are scared of scorpions. So, the death stalker scorpion is a kind of scorpion that glows in the dark, or if you put a special light over it. So, Dr. Jim Olsen and his team had a crazy thought. What if we take this glow and we put it on brain tumors to see if they light up? And it worked. This medical advancement has and will help so many cancer patients in the future. I will now tell you how hard it is to remove a tumor, how a tumor works, and an example of how people have benefited from this medical advancement. I will start out by telling you how hard it is to remove an entire tumor without removing the healthy tissue. According to the Mayo Clinic, the best option for treating cancer is to surgically remove it. This is extremely hard to do because the tumor and the healthy underlying tissue look very similar and in some cases are identical. In other parts of the body, this doesn't matter as much if you have to cut away more of the unhealthy tissue like in breast cancer. But if it's in the brain, it's really important to not cut away all of the healthy tissue because the brain is what makes you who you are. ABC News says that Dr. Olsen created the idea of tumor paint because tumor and tissue look the same. You can cut a tumor and take away a bunch of the healthy tissue to get the whole tumor out, but that is not ideal in brain tumors. According to Jim Olsen himself, this significantly decreases the risk of side effects of brain surgery. You can see the tumor in real time and do not have to rely on an old scan. Now that I have talked about how hard it is to remove a tumor, I will now talk about how tumor paint works. According to Pop Tech Talk with Olsen, they mimicked a protein found in the venom of the scorpion. The venom of the scorpion is what made it glow. So they stripped the poison from the venom, and they don't know why, but this protein binds only to cancer cells. FredHutchin.org explains how it works. First, they inject the fluid intravenously the day before the surgery. Second, the protein's linked to cancer cells. And third, you need a special light to see it. So they've already started making headlamps that have the special light in it for surgeons, and brain surgeons already wear these, so it's very easy to adjust. According to Dr. Sarah Leary, the tumor paint is 100,000 times more powerful than the best MRI. This means that it can light up even only 100 cancer cells. This is going to make cutting out all of the cancer cells much more accurate and being able to leave much more healthy tissue behind. Now that I have told you about how the tumor paint works, I will give you one real-life example. One real-life example of using tumor paint is a 2-year-old named Hunter Kaufman. He was diagnosed with medulloblastoma. According to cancer.net, success rate usually is 60%, but quality of life differs. With the family being very happy with their surgeon, they decided to go for it. According to SeattleChildren's.org, Hunter's tumor was the size of a golf ball, and this is in a 2-year-old's head. Since tumor paint can remove the whole tumor without cutting in very much to the healthy brain tissue, this was the ideal for him. According to hunterstrong.worldpress.com, Hunter was back into his 2-year-old self not long after surgery. Just 4 weeks after he had the surgery, he was already in remission. I have talked about how hard it is to remove a tumor, how tumor paint works, just one real-life example of how tumor paint works in people. Overall, I think that in the not so distant future, tumor paint could be a cure for brain tumors.